Hello, booktubers. This is Bumblesby here, and what I thought I would do with this ebook haul, because I have a lot of books to go through, I thought I would pick up an idea that Georgiana had over at Book Addict 2011. She did a book haul like this where basically she recorded the information in an audio file and then showed book covers and things as she went along. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to make this. I have probably, I don't know, a lot of books to go through. I don't know how many I'll get through in this video. I might make a couple parts out of it, so who knows. But I want to thank George for this idea, and hope she doesn't mind if I copy her. I don't think she will. So anyway, the first one I have up is 1632 by Eric Flint. And this book, I'm going to just kind of look at the Goodreads synopsis for some of these. This one looks really cool. It is part of a series, I believe, is several books long. It might even still be actually being written. And they go by years, so 1632 is the first one. And what happens is sort of a sci-fi kind of a book slash fantasy. It says, when part of West Virginia, or I would say modern day West Virginia, is transported somehow magically or some way to the year 1632 in East Germany during the 30 Years' War, the new citizens, who are the modern day citizens who were transported back to 1632, repel marauding mercenaries, house German refugees, determine citizenship, and establish relationships and identities. So I've heard this was a very good book. So it'd be like you going back to 1632. Actually, your whole town goes. And weird things start happening, I guess. And I know there's little bits of the book, too, where the people who are still in the modern day wondering where this town went, it just disappeared. So it has sort of a little bit of a flair from Michael Grant's Gone, where everybody over the age of 15 just poofs. So it just sounded really good. So that is 1632 by Eric Flint. And then, of course, I bought the second book in the series, which is 1633. And that had a co-author with David Weber. This one is The Awakened, Book 1. This is an indie author, Jason Tizar. And the Goodreads has quite a long synopsis. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Over 5,000 years ago, a renegade faction of angels abandoned the spiritual realm and began their inhabitation of earth. Worshipped as gods for the wisdom and power, they corrupted the realm of the physical and forever altered the course of history. Amidst the chaos of a dying world, a lone voice foretold the awakening of a warrior who would bring an end to this evil perpetrated against all of creation. But with the cataclysmic destruction of Earth and rebirth of humanity, the prophecy went unfulfilled and eventually faded from the memory of our kind until now. So this is Awakened, Book 1 by Jason Tizar. The Blue Rose by Anthony Elgin. This is an adult book. It's book number 1 in the English Garden Mystery. I love all kinds of gardens, and so this one intrigued me. It also has a really beautiful cover. Of course, it's an ebook. I can kind of use any cover I want, but I was thinking about getting the hardcover, but decided to get the ebook instead. And this is about a couple. Alex and Kate Shepard have found the perfect house, the home they had always dreamed of owning, nestled deep in the Wiltshire countryside, which is in England, and surrounded by a 2-acre walled garden. The parsonage was to be their little paradise, but nothing stays perfect forever. So this is a mystery, The Blue Rose by Anthony, I think it's Edglin or Eglin? Who knows? The Emerald Atlas by John Stevens. This one is being kind of hyped up in the book community. as like the next Harry Potter, and I'm not sure about that. I have not seen too many reviews on it, but I'm sort of excited to get to it. The Goodreads says, John Stevens' aptly titled new fantasy trilogy begins auspiciously with a nimble, fast-paced tale of three siblings, Kate, Michael, and Emma, have suffered through 10 years of odious orphanage care. Now they have slipped into the care of the eccentric, disturbing, mysterious Dr. Pym. While exploring their new home, the children discover a magical green book. With that discovery, a decade of tedium dissolves into cascades of dangerous time travel adventures and struggles with a beautiful witch and decidedly less attractive zombie-like screechers. High early reader marks for strong characterization and battle scenes. So this one sounds very exciting, and I would really like to get to this one soon. We'll see how that goes. Enclave by Anne Aguirre. And this is the Razorland, I'm not sure if it's a trilogy or what, but it's Razorland book number 1. Welcome to the Apocalypse. In Deuce's world, people earn the right to a name only if they survive their first 15 years. By that point, each unnamed brat is trained into one of 3 groups: breeders, builders, or hunters, identifiable by the number of scars they bear on their arms. Deuce has wanted to be a huntress for as long as she can remember. So this book sounds very good. I've seen, I believe, a couple reviews out there. I do not believe I've read any. I try not to read reviews because I don't want someone else's point of view to ruin the book for me. I do look at reviews after I've read a book to see what other people think, but so sometimes I'll look at ratings. Goodreads has a rating of 4.08, so that's pretty high up there. Enclave by Anne Aguirre. Next up is Gone by Michael Grant, and I have already read this book. I read it as part of the Chapters Book Club, which unfortunately has kind of is not really in working order at this point, but I hope they bring that back. It was a YouTube channel where people read books together. But in any case, I would have to say that I enjoyed this book, although I can't say it was like one of my favorites as far as like I loved the book. I thought the characters needed to be developed a little bit more. There's a lot of action going on, and pretty much that's what this book is about. It's a page turner. It's one thing after another, and you don't really get to care about the characters too much. So that was my only down points to it. And of course, it's a very long series. I think there's like 4 books out already. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the series or not. I have so many other books that I want to get to. I'd have to say that if I really enjoyed the characters more and really had a connection with them, I would want to go on and read the rest of them. But in this case, I did not. So, that's Gone by Michael Grant. Hill Serpent Academy by Richard Denny. Yes, this is our famous Richard Denny. He is a fellow booktuber here on YouTube. And I'm sure, hopefully, unless you guys don't subscribe to him, I think he's all over the book community by now, you have heard of him. This one I have read, and I have posted a review on my blog, which will be in the down bar. Comment section, not comments, but the description. And feel free to go to my blog and read my review. I'll just read a little bit of the Goodreads synopsis. Owen Davenport has been expelled from the Hill Serpent Academy for the last 8 months, and now he is permitted to return. But things have changed at the academy, and not for the good. Owen's falling for a new guy. A dark force is working its way around the school, and it's aiming for Owen. Can he stop who or what it is before it's too late? What lies behind these gates? You will soon know. And for me, just reading that synopsis gives me the goosebumps again, because I really enjoyed this book. I'm excited for the second book to come out. Richard, you did a great job. Thank you. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Well, I think everybody knows what this book is, so let's not waste any time. I have not read it yet, and it's on my to-be-read pile, which is about, about 900 books long, right? You think I'm kidding, right? I'm not. The Iliad by Homer. This is a Greek story. Yes, an ancient Greek story. And what this book is, I do have one of my Eastern Press books, the leatherbound of this. But this particular one is translated by Robert Fagles, and it's supposed to be a very famous modern English translation, but yet it's supposed to be very close to the original Greek. So that's why I got this one. I kind of wanted to compare the older translation that's in the leatherbound book to this newer one, so I decided to get the ebook on it. Intrinsical by Lanny Woodland. This book is getting really, really good reviews. I believe this is a debut for this author. It's the Yara Silva trilogy, and this is book number 1. I believe she's writing the second book. I think I saw Krista at the Cubicle Blindness talk about it in a very recent video that she has put out. This is 16-year-old Yara Silva has always known that ghosts walk alongside the living. Her grandma, like the other females in her family, is a waker, someone who can see and communicate with ghosts. Yara grew up watching her grandmother taunted and scorned for this unusual ability, and doesn't want to doesn't want that to be her future. She has been dreading the day when she too would see ghosts, and is relieved that the usually dominant waker gene seems to have skipped her, letting her live a normal teenage life. However, all that changes, and that's how I'm just going to stop there. For the sake of this being too long, you can read the synopsis on Goodreads. If you have not picked up this book, I have not read it yet, but it looks very good, and on my maybe to be read list, maybe a little closer to something that I might read fairly soon. The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. This is a very popular book in the community, so I'm not going to go over that one. Needless to say, I really do want to read it. The Italian by Anne Radcliffe. This is a book that I read several years ago. I read it online, and I think I read it like in a day. It is a old Gothic romance. It's like one of the original Gothic romances. And of course, if people know, I can't think of her name, Jane Austen's work. She mentioned Anne Radcliffe and several of her novels in one of her books, and of course, I think it's Northanger Abbey. I don't know what's escaping me right now, but in any case, I really, really enjoyed this Gothic romance. From the novel's opening chapters, the reader is ushered into a shadowy world in which crime and religion are mingled. In the church of Santa Maria del Pianto in Naples, Elena Rosalba and Vincenzio di Vivaldi first meet, but their love is ill-omened. Leagued against them are the proud and ambitious Marchese di Vivaldi and her confessor, Father Schedoni. When Elena vanishes on the death of her guardian, Vivaldi sets out in pursuit of her across the mountainous regions of southern Italy, before himself falling prey to the Holy Inquisition. This is just a really, really good book. And so I would suggest to everybody to read this. You can get it as a free ebook in many, many places. Kiss of Fire by Deborah Cook. This is the Dragonfire series, book number 1. You can blame this one on Dawn over at Titantia. She talks about this book several times, actually, in many videos. And while it is an adult romance type novel, she says that it is just a really good paranormal also. So once again, I do stress this is an adult novel. For millennia, the shape-shifting dragon warriors known as the Pyre have commanded the 4 elements and guarded the earth's treasures. But now the final reckoning between the pyre and who count humans among the earth treasures, and the slayers who would eradicate both humans and the pyre who protect them, is about to begin. I think I read like the first chapter of this book, and I was immediately drawn in. It's kind of dark. There's a lot going on. I would assume a lot of action, and I am excited to start this series, but who knows when, right? This will be the conclusion of part 1, since I'm already into like around 15 minutes or so of just recording. And I'll get up a part 2 hopefully soon. All right? I hope you enjoyed. Bye.